Astrophysicists reveal the key facts about the asteroid that may impact our Earth. Johnny Horner from The Conversation reports, on December 27 last year, astronomers using the Atlas Survey telescope in Chile discovered a small asteroid moving away from Earth. Followed up observations have revealed that the asteroid 2024 YR4 is on a path that might lead to a collision with our planet December 22nd, 2032. Well, that's not good news. In other words, the newly discovered space rock poses a significant impact and it's a threat to our planet. And it was discovered, just about a month ago. It sounds like something from a bad Hollywood movie, but in reality, there is no need to panic. This is just another day living on a target in a celestial shooting gallery. So what's the story? What do we know about 2024 YR4? And what would happen if it did collide with our Earth? A target in the celestial shooting gallery. We are the target. As Earth moves around the sun, it's continually encountering dust and debris that dates back to the birth of the solar system. The system is littered with such debris that the meteors and fireballs seen every night are evidence of just how polluted our local neighborhood is. But most of the debris is far too small to cause problems to life on Earth. There is far more tiny debris out there than larger chunks, so impacts from objects that could imperil life on Earth's surface are much less frequent. The famous impact came from 66 million years ago. The giant rock from space, at least 10 kilometers in diameter, crashed into Earth, causing a mass extinction that wiped out something like 75% of all species on Earth. Impacts that large are, fortunately, very rare events. Currently, estimates suggest that objects like the one which killed the dinosaurs 66 million years ago only hit Earth every 50 million years or so. Smaller impacts, though, are common. They're more common. On June 30th, 1908, there was a vast explosion in a sparsely populated part of Siberia. When explorers later reached the location of the explosion, they found an astonishing sight: a forest leveled with all the trees falling in the same direction. And as they moved around, the direction of the fallen trees changed, all pointing inwards towards the epicenter of the explosion. In total, the Tunguska event leveled an area of almost 2,200 square kilometers, roughly equivalent to the area of Greater Sydney. Fortunately, that forest was extremely remote. While plants and animals were killed in the blast zone, it's thought that at most only 3 people perished in that. Now, estimates vary of how frequent such large collisions should be. Some argue that Earth should experience a similar impact on average once per century. Others suggest such collisions might only happen every 10,000 years or so. The truth is, we don't know, but that's part of the fun of science. More recently, a smaller impact created global excitement. On February 15, 2013, a small asteroid, likely about 18 meters in diameter, detonated near the Russian city of Chelyabinsk. The explosion, about 30 kilometers above the Earth's surface, generated a powerful shock wave and extremely bright flash of light. Buildings were damaged, windows smashed, and almost 1,500 people were injured, although there were no fatalities. It served as a reminder, however, that Earth will be hit again. It's only a question of when. Which brings us to our latest contender, Asteroid 2024 YR4, the 1 in 77 chance of collision to watch. 2024 YR4 has been under close observation by astronomers for a little over a month. It was discovered just a few days after making a relatively close approach to our planet, and it's now receding into the dark depths of the solar system. By April, it will be lost to even the world's largest telescopes. The observations carried out over the past month have allowed astronomers to extrapolate the asteroid's motion forward over time, working out its orbit around the sun. As a result, it has become clear that on December 22nd, 2032, it will pass very close to our planet and may even collide with us. At present, our best models of the asteroid's motion have an uncertainty of about 100,000 kilometers in its position at the time it would be closest to our Earth. At around 12,000 kilometers in diameter, our planet falls inside that region of uncertainty. Calculations suggest that there is currently a 1 in 77 chance that the asteroid will crash into our planet at the time, and of course that means that there's still a 76 in 77 chance it will miss us. When will we know for sure? With every new observation of 2024 YR4, astronomers' knowledge of its orbit improves slightly, which is why the collision likelihoods of what you might see quoted online keep changing. We'll be able to follow the asteroid as it recedes from Earth for another couple of months, by which time we'll have a better idea of exactly where it will be on that fateful day in December 2032. But it's unlikely we'll be able to say for sure whether we're in the clear at that point. Fortunately, the asteroid will make another close approach to Earth in December 2028, passing around 8 million kilometers from our planet. Astronomers will be ready to perform a wide raft of observations that will help us understand the size and shape of the asteroid, as well as giving an incredibly accurate overview of where it will be in 2032. And at the end of that encounter, we will know for sure whether there will be a collision in 2032, and if there's to be a collision in that year, we'll be able to predict where on Earth that collision will be, likely to a precision of a few tens of kilometers. How big will the impact be? At the moment, we don't know the exact size of asteroid 2024 YR4. Even though Earth's largest telescope is just a single tiny speck in the sky, so we have to estimate that its size based on its brightness, depending on how reflective the asteroid is. Current estimates place it as being somewhere between 40 and 100 meters across. That's about 120 to 300 feet across. What does that mean for potential impact? Well, it would depend on exactly what the asteroid is made of. The most likely scenario is that the asteroid is a rocky pile of rubble. If that turns out to be the case, then the impact would be very similar to the Tunguska event in 1908. The asteroid would detonate in the atmosphere with a shockwave blasting Earth's surface as a result. The Tunguska impact was a city killer type event, leveling forests across a city-sized patch of land. A less likely possibility is that the asteroid is made up of metal, and based on its orbit around the Sun, this seems unlikely, but we cannot rule it out. In that case, the asteroid would make it through the atmosphere intact and crash into Earth's surface. If it hit on the land, it would carve out a new impact crater, probably more than a kilometer across and a couple of 100 meters deep, something similar to the meteor crater in Arizona. And again, this would be quite spectacular for the region around the impact, but that would be about it. All this sounds like doom and gloom, and after all, we know that the Earth will be hit again, whether by 2024 YR4 or something else, but there's a real positive to take out of all of this. There has been life on Earth for more than 3 billion years. In all that time, impacts have come and gone and caused destruction and devastation many times, but there has never been a species, to our knowledge, that understood the risk, could detect potential threats in advance and even do something about the threat until now. In just the past few years, we've discovered 11 asteroids before they hit our planet. In each case, we've predicted where they would hit and watched the results. And we have also in recent years demonstrated a growing capacity to deflect potential threatening asteroids. NASA's DART mission, the Double Asteroid Redirect Test, was an astounding success. For the first time in more than 3 billion years of life on Earth, we could do something about the risk posed by rocks from space. So don't panic, but instead sit back and watch the show. This is from John T. Horner, Professor Astrophysics, University of Southern Queensland, Australia, on the conversation on Science Alert. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.